While a lot of Israel's financial support does come from Jewish wallets, there are close to 70 million evangelicals in America versus less than 14 million Jews worldwide. And given that roughly 80% of these Christians support Israel, that makes American Christians the largest pro-Israeli voting bloc in the world, about 4 times the size of the Jewish community on Earth. There's a lot of money behind the Christian Zionist movement. This church behind me, Cornerstone, is one of the biggest supporters of Israel, not just among Christians, but in the world. The pastor here, John Hagee, has raised an estimated $70 million over the course of his ministry. Pastor Hagee also founded Christians United for Israel, or CUFI, which is the largest pro-Israel lobbying organization in America, even bigger than AIPAC, the organization most people assume dominates the American Israel lobby because it's the biggest Jewish one. What's dicey about CUFI is that a good deal of their money for Israel is spent on buildings and organizations in the Israeli settlements. These are massive Jewish communities built well within Palestinian territory, in violation of international law. The settlements are run by some of the most fanatical Zionists who believe the Bible entitles them to their land, and that ceding any of it back to the Palestinians would be a violation of God's law.
God gave them that land. They own that land.
Another Christian Holy Land tour leader is evangelical pastor Irvin Baxter, whose End-Time Ministries takes its flock to Israel twice a year. The focus of their tours is actually the real reason evangelicals overwhelmingly want the Jews to control all of Israel, which is the actual end times, as in Armageddon. Because, according to their interpretation of the Bible, Jewish control of the Holy Land will lead directly to the second coming of Christ.
The word Armageddon is actually 2 words, Har Megiddo, or Hill of Megiddo. You are standing on the Hill of Megiddo right now. The final act of the book of Revelation.
Hey Christians, what do you think is going to happen to your holy sites in Israel when the Palestinians get a hold of them? Do you think they'll be as protected as they are with the Jews in Israel?
Christian church in Jerusalem has been graffiti painted in an attack being blamed on militant Jewish settlers. Cars parked nearby were also daubed with slogans like "Jesus is an ape" or "Christians are apes."
مين اللي حمل الكنيسة اللي أنا مسؤول عنها؟ المسلمين جيران الكنيسة. رجل وامرأة يتماسكون يد بيد حول الكنيسة حتى عملوا حلقة ومنعوا أي اعتداء من أي طرف من الأطراف على الكنيسة. إذا من يحمي الكنيسة هو ابن البلد.
United Torah Judaism Knesset members Moshe Gafni and Yaakov Asher introduced legislation last week making it illegal to share in conversation or produce content online, in print, or by mail. Their explanation of the bill emphasizes a warning to stop Christians in particular. The punishment? 1 year in prison or 2 years for sharing with someone under the age of 18.
Jesus warned us in the book of Luke chapter 17 and verse 21 that a time is coming when we will be hated of all men for his name's sake. And this hatred that we right now see being manifested in Jerusalem, in Israel towards Jesus, that hatred is going to boil over and spill into every nation on the face of planet Earth. And then we're going to see who the true Christians are, who really is willing to stand up for Jesus and preach the truth, even if it means being fined, imprisoned, and persecuted. Right now, prophecy is fulfilling. It's about to get interesting. And whether you like it or not, the truth is the truth.